Hello, and welcome to iGameOver channel. This is my co-host, Martin,
Hello.
aka MQ. He's my good friend, and we've been playing Hearthstone for a long time. Well, he's been playing Hearthstone for a long time, right? He's the reason why I'm playing Hearthstone. And he taught me how to play it. We're going to start a new series together, which is called Hearthstone for Dummies. And not that we're calling you a dummy, but
And not that we're pros or anything, so
yeah, no, we're not. Anyway, welcome, and let's go with it, right? Martin, first question.
yeah.
What is Hearthstone?
Well, it's a game that's a collectible card game that is made by Blizzard Entertainment. And if you've missed it, I think you must have been kind of sleeping under a rock because there's been a lot of talk about it and it's been out for a while. And
Let's not discriminate people that live
Nah.
under a rock.
That's fine. I'm one of them. So
Yeah.
when it comes to normal events,
Yeah.
But it's a collectible card game, and you can buy packs, and you can battle in either normal ladder, or you can battle in solo adventures. That's a sort of campaign, but in a card game, or the arena, which is a draft, or tavern brawl, which is funny little cool
Weekly,
rules.
yeah.
Weekly kind of
and,
events.
And let's just say about this buying is that the game is free, right? And you are not actually entirely stuck behind the paywall because you can play and get gold, and you can buy packs slowly with that gold, right?
Yeah, you don't
So-
need to spend a single
Yeah.
real currency on this game if you don't want to.
So that's cool,
Yes.
unless you're like me.
Well, yeah, unless you're bad like me. And but the solo adventures do give you, cards as a reward, which is a nice little help for people who don't want to necessarily fight against other players, and they can play against the computer, or in this funny events that they have. And it gives you pretty good rewards, and you get new class cards, and we'll get into that, into the different classes.
Yeah.
We'll create a deck, and there's other ways to get cards than just to dump money into this game.
That is true. That is true. We don't like dumping money into games.
No, perfectly not.
We like cheap stuff.
We're students. We don't have a lot of money to use on this.
We're not like secretly rich, people that have live in the castles,
No, definitely not.
No, that painting that you see behind me, it's not original, It's just made to look original, but no. So
Yeah. No. And neither this one.
this one isn't
Not
real
this one
either.
either.
That is not actually Star Wars, right?
No.
No. This is fake. This is
Yes.
no.
It's faux wars.
Yes. Well, anyway. So, let's get into that card, playing, or well, let's start by actually creating a deck. I was just thinking, should we start with a mage?
Sure.
That sounds like a nice and good start.
Yeah, I mean it's a magical game, so why not start with a magical character?
Yes. Tahiti. This is a magical place. And if you don't know what it means, that you should watch Agents of Shields. And this is not a product placement by any means. I just like the show. I'm a nerd. The first things first, right? To create your own deck, you need to go to My Collections. I obviously assume that you already turned on that game, right?
Hope so.
If you didn't and you don't know how to do it, there are good channels that that explain how to use computers. So here we go. Let's create a new deck for a mage. Like, ignore all of those that are here because those are my decks that I've been playing with for some time, and they're better or worse, especially the priest. That's worse. But let's create a deck.
Yeah.
So you have basic classes, right? Warrior, Shaman, Rogue, Paladin, Hunter, Druid, Warlock, Mage, and Priest, right? And if you ever played WoW, that's basically what you get, right? That's those are all the classes that you get. Those are actually major heroes in World of Warcraft. So, I think many people start with a mage, right?
I think that the mage, and in this case you have a different portraiture, but normally
Yeah.
it's Jaina Proudmoore. But yes, the mage is usually one of the basic classes. It's also what you're going to do when you first start up the game. When you do the tutorial, it's going to be for the mage.
Yes, and this is what happens, right? When you're like me and you go like, hey, this game is free, let's spend some money on it.
Yeah.
That's how you get him. Otherwise, if you like this animation and a golden thing here for the hero power, you would actually need to win 500 games with that specific class. So, just so you know.
So this is a skin for the character. It doesn't actually change in terms of what the character does, but it's just...
It talks a little differently.
It talks a bit differently, and yes, there's some different emotes and voiceovers and stuff.
Yeah, well, we're going to get to that. Okay, well, let's choose the Mage, right? And as you can see, we have 0 out of 30 cards. That means that in total, in your deck, you can have up to 30 cards. Well, you have to have 30 cards, right?
Yeah.
You can't have 29.
No, you can.
So yeah. So what you want is to, make a good combination. So one card works really well with another, and that's how you do it. So let's just go through the cards a little bit, right? Here we have the cards. Like, first of all, you see that number on the top here? That is how much mana points this card costs you to play. So you start with a mana point 1, like with a single mana point on the beginning of your game, and then every single turn you get 1 extra. So you get 2, then you get 3, then you get 4. So say for example, if you're on the beginning and you so happen to get that 1 mana point card, you're actually going to be able to play it. If you're going to get 2, then obviously you will have to wait until the next turn.
Exactly. Or if you have, in order to balance up the game, since someone has to go first, you, in this case, get what's called a coin on your second turn. And we'll show that later on.
Yes.
If one of us, when we actually play against each other, will get the second turn, and you get a coin, which you can temporarily gain 1 extra mana.
Sure.
That you could use the Arcane Explosion on turn 1 if you'd like.
Yes. Well, it's a good thing to combine many. So this card, for example, what does it do? Deal 2 damage to a minion, right? This spell gives double bonus from spell damage. What is a spell damage?
Well, spell damage is what's called a buff that different creatures can have, and it will just be called +1 spell damage on the card. And what it does is that it adds 1 damage or more, depending on what it says, +5, +2, +1, and it does more damage depending on how much spell damage you have. So in this case, you would have 2 damage, but if you had spell damage, it would add up to maybe 3 damage, 4 damage, 5 damage, and etc.
Exactly. And probably good to know that you probably want to start reading those cards before you play them, because it says deal 2 damage to a minion. You won't be able to use this card against another player, okay? Only a minion that he plays on his, that is already laying on that desk, okay?
Yes.
So that's a straightforward. We have Arcane Missiles. This is also a very basic card. As it says, deal 3 damage randomly split among all enemies. So you don't really know who's it's going to hit. It's just sort of random.
Unless it's only one enemy, which would be him, because your character in this game is counted as a enemy character, not a minion, but a character. So if you would have just nothing on the board, and you would just have yourself, which has 30 life, you would then shoot yourself 30 life, or 3 damage, because it would be the only target that could be hit.
True. And the difference between this is just animation and the skin, okay? This is a golden card, drops a little bit less often, but in terms of the actual damage, there's absolutely no difference whatsoever. And probably good to know that I have 2 of those cards. You can only have 2 cards of the same,
Of the
kind,
same kind, yes.
right? So you see, I added 2 of those cards. If this is locked, I can't add those anymore, right?
That's true.
And to take it away, you just click it.
Yes.
Right? And this will show you, you added 1 card, right? Then you added the second card.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then you just take it away.
Blizzard is very smart about this, because a lot of things are very self-explanatory. So, for example, something like Freeze in Icelands, or Frozen, both of those are bold, like the actual font itself. It's also bold, and it's capitalized letter. So every term that you need to kind of look for in terms of effects will always be in bold and capitalized letters, so you can easily find it.
True. True. So, if you're like me and you just go like, I'm just going to wing it, I don't think it's going to work very well for you. So, then I hope you like losing. And then you have, for example, this one. This is very interesting. Mirror Imager. Well, let's look at the golden one. It's exactly the same, right? Summon 2 0/2 minions with taunt. Okay, what the heck is taunt and what is a 0/2?
Right, so as thankfully, as Blizzard has already helped us, it actually says a little, pop-up next to your card. It says taunt. Enemies must attack minions that have taunt. So the way it shows this in the game, on the game board, you will have a minion that has a shield behind it. And the rules say that you have to attack this minion before you can attack someone's face. So the way that you have to get rid of these are that you have to do enough damage to kill these 2 minions, and then you can go through and actually hit the player. So that's what taunt does. It actually forces you to attack this
minion.
Yes.
Let's say that the 0 is the amount of attack, right? The first is always the amount of attack that this character will have. 0, which obviously it won't be able to attack unless you buff it in some way. And 2 is the amount of health, or the amount of health points it has. So your opponent will have to hit it for 2 points or more in order to kill it. And if this would have any damage, your opponent would also take the damage, or his minion. But because it has no damage, he can or she can easily kill it with with a hero power or whatever, and and they are not going to take any damage whatsoever.
Yeah, correct.
So for example, this
Mana Worm.
Mana Worm, yes. Whenever you cast a spell, gain +1 attack. Who gains the attack?
Well, it is actually the Mana Worm itself. It's not your character. Then it would actually say that. So a lot of these texts are actually, if you've ever played Magic the Gathering, it has very similar kind of rules to the text itself. So it says, for example, if we go back to like Arcane Blast, it says damage to a minion. So you can only choose minions. You can't choose a player.
Yeah.
If it says enemies, you can choose either a character or minions. But you can't choose your friendlies. If it says just a minion, then you can choose either your own minions or enemy minions. So a lot of this is dependent on what it actually says. So
That is true. It pays to read because, for example, like in the next one, it says deal 1 damage to all enemy minions, right? I guarantee you there are cards that they say deal 1 damage to all minions.
Yes.
Okay? All enemy minions or all minions. What do you think it means, right? It literally means that if it's all minions, your minions are going to get hit too. So, you want to think about that, right?
especially if you play Warlock, there's a lot of those in there.
Yeah. That is true. But obviously those are not all of the cards. We can flip the page.
Yeah.
And this is exactly the same card, just with nice fancy animation.
Exactly.
Because, I'm vain like that, I like gold.
And I mean, a lot of these cards are going to be pretty self-explanatory in many ways.
I think so.
And and it's just simple to say that, the bottom left, on example, the Fallen Hero, the bottom left number is the attack. The bottom right is the damage, or the health of the creature.
Yeah.
Or minion. And for example, though, if the Snow Chugger and the Fallen Hero would attack each other, then they would both die, because the Fallen Hero has enough damage to kill the Snow Chugger,
yes.
and the Snow Chugger has enough damage to kill the Fallen Hero.
Basically.
Yeah.
So we're going to encourage you, the viewer, to actually read a little bit to what those cards says, because otherwise this video would last for maybe 2 hours.
Yeah, we're not going to go through all the cards.
9 times, because, every hero has its own deck.
Yes.
So if it says freeze any character damaged by this minion, that means character, not just minion, okay?
Right.
That means that if it freezes it, then this character minion or a hero won't be able to attack for the next turn.
That is correct. And it can then you can target either, if you attack a minion, it will freeze the minion. If you attack a character, it will freeze the actual character. So they can't use weapons, which is another thing, but the mage doesn't have any weapons, so we'll...
That is true. The character that is frozen has to have a ability to physically attack you, not like cast a spell or anything like that, like physically attack you. So if you, for example, have a warrior or a rogue which has an equipped weapon, right? Then that's bad news for them.
Yeah.
Because they sort of stuck.
Yeah, exactly.
So you know what? Let's just come back and let's see what we could put to, start creating that deck.
Yeah, there's just one last thing actually. If you go back to the Snow Chugger, the one last thing is like there's sometimes a text at the bottom of the card, and in this case it says mech. This is going to be important for some cards because this is where the synergy can come in. Because the mech itself means that this is a certain class. Magic the Gathering has a lot of this, where it's a human or something like that. And in this case, you have usually the cards don't have a certain class or a category they belong to, but the Snow Chugger belongs to mechs. So in case of this, you could have something that says give a friendly mech +2/+2, for example. So this is important to look out for depending on which kind of deck you want to create.
That is true. Because you can create mech.
Mech Mage is a very common one that was not long ago. You can do like Shaman, for example. Or you can do Dragon, is very popular now.
That is true. Before we create one deck though, I would like to touch on the secrets, right?
Sure.
Secrets are, if I understand it correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, which I will be. Secrets are sort of like spells that you put on your character and you can equip at most 3 at the time, and they will do something. They will get triggered in some way. So for example, like this one, this is a very basic secret, right? And your opponent won't know what secret it is, right? They will see that you equipped the secret, or that you did cast that secret, but they're not going to be able to tell what. So for example, in this one, what will happen is if someone attacks you, you'll gain 8 armor on the top of your health. But note, this is not going to work. If I'm correct, if someone, for example, casts a spell like a mage, does their hero damage on you, for example, this is not going to trigger them.
That is correct. So it's very context specific, and this is where knowledge of actually what cards each class has, because there's only a few classes that use secrets, like paladins, mages, hunters. I think that's it. Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I think so. And there's only a few secrets for each. There's maybe like between 6 and 8 or 9 for each class, and what they do depend highly on which kind of secret it is. So you have to be very careful about, for example, if you do know someone has an ice barrier, if you just stick to attacking their minions and using spells on their face and actually killing them through that won't be any problem, because then you won't trigger this ice barrier and they won't have that extra health.
True. Anyway, let's come back to the beginning and let's start creating this deck, shall we?
Yeah.
So let's do this deck, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think we should add here?
Well, first we have to figure out what kind of deck we want to have. So, do we want to be a more aggressive deck? Do we want to be a more control-like deck? Do we want to have maybe, I don't know, some kind of synergy with either mechs, or do we want it to be with maybe dragons, or...
Well, let's try maybe something with control.
All right.
Shall we?
Yeah, we can do
sounds
something...
like a good idea to start with.
All right, so I'm not a master at this, so anyone is welcome to correct me and give me...
That is true. Leave the comment down below if you want to do any suggestions, and please be nice to each other.
Yes, please. But I think for a control deck, you'd want to have about an even mix of a few creatures, some high end, some middle end, and some low, to kind of always have something on the board, but you don't want to flood it. You don't want to have tons of creatures.
Class divisions, even in a game, isn't it?
Exactly, see? And so you want to have an even sort of curve, but then you want to have spells and other things to kind of back them up. So you can, perhaps you would want to have, arcane missiles, or you'd want to have frostbolt, which is on the next page, to kind of clear out an enemy minion, and then you don't have to use your own minions.
So what do we want to do? Add 2 of those arcane missiles?
I think we actually would want to leave the arcane missiles out, actually.
Oh, okay.
I think it's better if we start to have a mana worm.
Okay.
This is a
Sounds
1
good.
drop.
Yeah.
It's very good. It's a 1/3, which is a very, valuable minion, and it can get even better when you cast spells. And we're gonna have a few. We're gonna have a few spells.
Oh, we are mages, right?
Exactly.
What is a mage without spells?
Yeah, that is. It's a man in a robe, I think.
Or a woman in a robe.
Or a woman in a robe. We're not gonna be sexist. That's true. So we'd want to have. Perhaps if we leave the low end and go up to the 2 costs on the next page, because I think that mirror image we can go back to later if we need.
Yeah.
So I think that a good card in the beginning, because not a lot of people are going to drop something very. They're not going to drop several minions in the beginning. So usually to have a flame cannon.
Okay, so the flame cannon, 1 or 2?
We can start with 1 and see, because it's a 2 cost and it deals 4 damage to a random enemy minion. But if they only drop 1,
that's going to be a minion.
Exactly.
Is it a good idea to have an unstable portal? Because I mean, we can get a minion that is really good and it will cost us 3 mana less to play it.
Yeah, I think actually we should have 2 unstable portals.
Can we get 1 golden?
Yes, we can get exactly which way we want. So I think that's a very good start to have. Unstable Portal would give us, it's both spells, so it will help the Mana Worm, and it's also, to get more minions. And it will get us, minions that cost 3 less, and 3 means in this case 3 mana less.
True, and they are not going to come out of the deck, they're going to be just random from the pot, right?
Exactly, it's going to be from the entire collection of all cards.
So you can get something really good if you're lucky, so...
Or something really bad.
For example.
We'll see. And then I think that we do want to have 2 Frostbolts, because they're just good cards.
Okay.
They're just good solid cards, 2 costs, deals 3 damage. A lot of minions will either have 3 health in the beginning or 4. So if it has 3, you just need a Frostbolt. If it needs 4, then you can use your mage's own ability to deal 1 extra damage.
True.
So it has a lot of versatility.
Okay, so that's already in there.
Yeah, so we have 6 cards right now.
Yes.
All right.
Anything on this page, or should
No,
we...
I think this page is okay for now.
We didn't want the
I think we're actually okay with the Snow Charger for now. Maybe if we want like some kind of good card as a 2/3, it's very good to have it.
Choo choo.
Exactly.
Sorry, I had to do it.
So we would probably want to have some kind of card draw.
Card draw. Where do you see it? You mean here?
Yes.
Arcane Intellect. 1 or 2?
I think we can start with just 1 actually.
So we're going to go for a gold one because we like gold.
And yeah, and it's also in this case the card draw we can get from other sources. We can actually have I can't remember his name right now, but it's a minion. When you do damage to it,
yes. I don't remember its name too, but I know what you're talking about.
Yes. So we can see here. Like, do we want any sort of perhaps secret?
Yeah, I think secrets are fun.
Yeah.
Secrets are fun if you play them. Secrets are not fun when you play against them.
Right, and I think that since we don't have a lot of minions, we're not going to have a lot of minions. We're going to have an even amount.
Yeah.
So I think actually in this case, it would be good to have an effigy, because if we have dropped something very high cost, it will summon something with the same cost.
That is true.
So,
may I just say that counterspell is really nice, but it sort of depends on your luck if you're playing against a caster.
Yeah.
Because if you happen to play against warrior, for example, then you're most likely not going to use it, because I don't think warriors are going to use many spells.
No, I mean, they might use some, and it's kind of good later on in the late game where you have very high cost spells and like for some examples like Flame Strike or Holy Nova or Avenging Wrath or anything like that does it cost maybe between 5 and 7 mana, but then you can counter it, and then you basically removed 70% of their mana pool, and
that's true,
and they can't do much else. So we could put one in now because it's a very good control spell. Okay. So we can see if we want to take that later on. But I don't think Ice Barrier is going to be super necessary, because we're going to have a few taunts.
That's true.
So we don't need really that much protection.
Okay.
But I think that's okay for this page. Now, do we want anything here? Now, we have another way to do control is to do mirror entity, which gives us, when they summon a minion, we get a copy of it.
True. Which especially works really well at the late stages when they summon something really good.
Exactly. So it's very good to either have it like mid-game, like when they have about 4 or 5 mana, and then you get maybe you get a taunt yourself when they put down a taunt or something like that. So I think mirror entity, we might want to consider adding ice block for now and then see if we want to remove it, because it's a good, kind of guarantee that
you're not going to die. It's nice. There's not been a lot of times, but there were a few times when it literally saves my butt.
Yep.
Where I had 2 health points left, right?
Yeah.
And I played this and I didn't die, and I won because I just simply didn't die that round.
Right, exactly. I mean, there are cards that can steal secrets or destroy them, but it's a very good card to have in case something happens. You can still survive until the next turn and maybe get your recovery.
Revenge.
Yes, or revenge, whichever one you prefer.
Yes.
So, I think. Let's see. I don't know if we want the Spellslinger. What do you think? Because the Spellslinger is good, but it also adds some random spell to the other players.
Yeah, I know. We don't want to enable another player, but I was thinking, what about Vaporize?
Vaporize is so. It's a good card, obviously, but it's. I mean, it has its uses. It says when a minion attacks your hero, destroy it. So it could be very good much later on. But I think that in our case, we would want to have, later on, we'd want to have minions to kind of control the board.
That's true.
That are very heavy.
Yeah.
Vaporize is too unreliable to be a very good card.
Yeah.
So I'd say we probably should leave out Vaporize.
Okay.
But I think that's it for now on this page. Let's see. So we have both Polymorph and Fireball.
Polymorph, so annoying.
Yes, so I think that if we were controlling the board with Polymorph to deal with very heavy minions, because it also works as a silence.
Yes.
So having 2 Polymorphs, always good. Then maybe if we would want a Fireball, could add that.
One of them, right?
We can add one.
Yeah.
Alright, and now we can go on to the next page.
We're getting to the good cards now.
Yes, so now I do think that we should have some kind of finishers for the late game. First of all, we'd want to have at least 1 Flame Strike to deal with a very heavy board.
Yeah.
And then we'd want to have, I'd say both Archmage, Antonidas, and Ronin are good.
Yeah, I
for our
think
purposes.
so. Especially since we're spellcasters and you can get the Fireball for free every single time you cast a spell.
Exactly.
And
so we'll probably and it works
free
really well
free
with
missiles,
Ronin. Because Ronin gets 3 copies of Arcane Missiles,
which are
when
spells.
Exactly, and they're
Which will
cost
trigger
1.
this one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they work in tandem.
Yeah.
But
Should we get the Pyroblast?
I think it's probably not going to be very good to have Pyroblast because it's it's a 10 cost spell. It's a little bit too late because you use up your entire turn. I think it's better to rely on the fireballs and the minions that you have on the board.
Okay.
Than a Pyroblast.
Okay. So we've done the mage part, but obviously this is not the end because we have 13 cards more. We can go to general cards now,
well,
right?
I did forget one card.
Okay.
I think we should probably go, if you go to the 4 cost cards, we have the Water Elemental. Might be good to have 1 because it's a very heavy, it's a 3/6, which is very hard to kill.
True.
So just having 1 is good to just controlling it.
And if someone attacks this and is not killed by it, then it's frozen for the next turn too.
Exactly. So it's a good control in both giving you time and also just being hard to kill since it has so much.
One of them.
Yes.
Okay.
I'd say one of them.
Okay.
So now let's look at if you look at our curve. So if you hold a portrait,
There.
you get to see the curve. So here it shows all the cards that we have and what mana cost they're at. So right now we have 1 card at 1 mana, 5 of them at 2 cost, and 5 of them at 3 cost. So we have pretty good. Like we kind of need maybe some
5s, maybe.
Yeah, maybe something that's between 5 and 7, and then maybe like 1 or 2 more finishers. and then perhaps some lower cost, maybe some lower minions that we could have.
True. Also a good tip, right? So, because maybe many new people are not going to know that if you know the name of the card, you can type it here, but you can type other things. Like, for example, if you'd like to search for a taunt card, right? You can actually write taunt, and it will, or at least it should give you all the cards that have taunt, right?
Yeah.
In both tabs, right? And you can search for spells or anything like that. But for example, you can also go for quality of cards, right?
Yeah.
So if I want all my legendaries, is that how you spell legendary?
That is correct.
Yeah. Lucky me. You get all the legendaries here and many more legendaries here.
Yeah.
So yeah, so just so you know, right?
Well, since we're here, we do want to add the Seven from Heaven, the Dr. Wynn. We do want.
Oh god, this is such a good card. It's such a fun card.
It is. If you ever get this card, it's hard to not have it in a deck because right now it's good wherever you put it. It's hard to leave this out.
True.
So just if you have it, put it in. It's not gonna hurt you. It's
for sure.
It's
definitely
only
going
gonna
to
help.
it's definitely going to hurt another person.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's always good because it gives you. First of all, it gives you a 7/7, which is super for 7 cost.
And 2/1/1s.
And 2/1/1s that will also deal between 1 to 4 damage.
4 damage, yeah.
Each.
To a random enemy.
Yeah. So it's just you put 3 bodies on the board for 1 card. It's good. That's also super.
That is great.
But I don't think that we actually want right now any other legendaries.
Okay.
So actually, I remember now the card that we would want for card draw.
Yes.
Which is the Acolyte of Pain.
Acolyte of Pain. Maybe we should search for pain.
You can search for pain, and that
Because
should
I don't
give
know
you-
how to spell acolyte.
That is fine. So it should be if you.
I don't think I have that card, it seems.
Oh, you might not. Okay, well it should be at 3 cost, but we'll go to the general cards then.
Okay.
This is the general cards or neutral cards that all classes can get. So we'll see.
Should we put target damage just because I feel like that in every single game?
Nah, I think we'll be fine without that. It's not a very good card here.
That we don't have any of the zeros.
No, that's true. We don't, but
who cares, right?
hopefully we'll get like Unstable Portal. Will get us 3 cost that
Yeah.
instead of 0 cost.
True.
All right, so I don't think we want anything here.
Okay.
Oh, you have a new leopard gnome.
Yeah.
Let's see. So right now, if you're a bit more aggressive, then a leopard gnome is super because when it dies, because that's what the death rattle means that when it dies, it doesn't affect.
Yes.
And in this case, it deals 2 damage to the enemy hero. So leopard gnome is super good because if it's on the board, you have 2 damage that you can hit someone with.
And
Even
2
if
damage.
it dies,
It still does 2
it
damage.
still does 2 damage. So
to
it's guaranteed.
a hero, right? Read people.
Exactly.
To a hero.
So
Should we put one of them? Or
I'm thinking if we should actually
okay.
put.
Well, let's move on and see if we have space for the guy.
I'm curious if we should put the gadgets on Jouster because we do
Jouster, yeah.
have pretty high cost cards in terms of minions. So that might actually be a good one to have at the start because then we could get a 2/3 on turn 1, which is
That
not
is
bad.
true. That is very smart.
So let's put 2 of those in there.
Right?
All right, cool. So there, I think our 1 cost is good because
Yeah.
1 mana worm and 2 gadgets on Jousters, pretty good.
Okay.
So now let's try and move on to. See here. No, I don't think we want anything here. No, I don't think we want anything here.
No.
All right, actually, if you go back 1,
Okay.
here's the thing. So I think actually it's debatable if we want 1 acidic swamp ooze to deal with any weapons they might have.
But isn't that like really particular? You might get someone that doesn't use weapons. And
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a good card because it's a 3/2 for 2, which
For
is
2,
bad.
yeah. Well, let's take one of them. It's
We can
not
take
going
one.
to. It's not going to. Yeah.
Right, it's not bad.
Alter our destiny.
No, I don't think so. So, all right, if we continue, then I do think. So it's always good to have. In this case, actually, I'm debating if we should have an explosive sheep. Because you could throw that out and shoot it yourself, and then
True.
deal 2 damage to all minions.
True, but it's also going to deal 2 damage to all of your minions.
That's true, but yeah, if you don't have any minions of your own, then
Then that might actually be pretty good. So it's like a oh crap.
yeah,
But
exactly.
then I don't have any minions, and he has 25,000 minions, and
Exactly.
yeah, that was.
We can do one and see if we want to take it
Yeah.
out. All right,
Sure.
so since we have the jouster, we do want to keep our. We do probably want to go up to the 5, or 4 and 5. See if we
That's
can.
going to take a moment. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
All right,
There are lots of cards here.
there are, yes. Let's see. So I think none of them here.
By the way, this is a really cool card
Mhm.
because it's a taunt, so it has to be attacked, but the hero can't attack it directly, physically, and it can't target with any spell either. To attack it, you actually have to physically attack it with a minion or some random spell. right?
Well, yeah, exactly. Either you have to do it randomly. You can't target it. A player can actually attack it if they have a weapon.
Yeah.
They can attack it with a weapon, but they can't attack with hero powers or spells.
Sure.
I don't think we want anything here.
Okay.
But let's see. What else?
This one just insults everybody.
Yes, it does. I don't know. I think we might maybe do want the heckler.
Yeah, let's try the heckler.
Sure.
I mean, I don't think we have any taunts whatsoever.
No, we can do 2 of those.
Yeah.
And
We
then
have 5 cards more. Should we up the ante a little bit? So
I
we
think-
have high cost cards.
yeah, I think you want to go up to like 5 because we want to have the sludge belcher. That's one of the best.
The sludge belcher.
It should be
The next one somewhere there.
no, maybe you don't have it.
I think so.
You should have it.
I probably should have it, but
If we, well, I'll go back one.
abomination.
No, you might not have it.
I might not have it. What?
If you search for it, sludge, SLUDGE, sludge belcher, because it's one of the
No,
you
I
don't.
don't have it.
So that's one of the best taunts in the game because when it dies, it spawns another taunt. So you basically get 2 for the price of 1.
True.
But we instead we can do the Senjin Shield Master or a higher taunt. Like, do we want to go up for a little bit higher?
Yeah, maybe we can put for a little higher. Yeah.
Let's see.
Maybe the Booty Bay Bodyguard.
It's not that good because we already have the Heckler, and it's actually it's the same card, but it's
True.
better.
Yeah.
The Heckler is just straight up better.
Do we want to have anything that heals us, or we'll be okay with it?
I think we do want the Drake actually, and 1 antique heal bot.
Yes, one antique heal bot, okay?
Because as your Drake is spell damage and draw a card, so we get some help with.
True.
And if we probably keep going right. Let's see. No, I think we're. No, I'm not sure about these.
I'm not sure either.
We could.
This seems like a good high taunt.
I mean, here we could go for some value with. Well, we might not need the taunt as much because if we have the ice block, but
Yeah.
we might want to have a bit more. Ah, yes, we could do the Master Jouster, of course.
There.
Yeah, we could do the Master Jouster.
We'll add a little bit, chance to our.
Exactly, and then we can add a Coda Rider to further allow us to spawn more.
Minions. Yes. Okay, so we have one more.
And let's see, anything else on the next page? No, not sure.
Well, that is a big card. It's just too easy to kill at that
It
point,
is.
isn't it?
It has a little bit too low health. There is actually the way that you figure out if a card has kind of good value is you take the mana cost.
Yeah.
And you double it.
Okay.
So in this case, the mana cost is 7 for the core helm.
Yeah.
And you double it, it becomes 14.
Yeah.
And then you add together the attack and health,
Mm-hmm.
which in this case turns into 14.
Yeah.
So sure, the cost and the
Effect,
the value
Yeah.
in this case are both like added together and turn out pretty good.
Okay.
Like they turn out evenly, but it's in this case very weirdly distributed.
Yeah, that's true. I somehow wish this would be more of a 5 damage and 9 health.
Exactly. Then it would be a very hard card to kill.
Yeah.
And it would still do quite a lot of damage. But it depends on that. So yeah, anything that has usually 6 or more health is considered much harder to kill than a 5 or 4 cost or anything lower.
Toshli has more than 6 health.
That's true. Toshli is actually better because, I mean, if you add that together, that still turns out to 12, but he also has a lot of effects.
True.
So that adds a lot of...
He has decent damage, really good health,
Yeah.
not too high cost, and he gives you a little 1 cost card,
Yeah.
both on the beginning when you put him out and when he dies.
Exactly. So he has a lot of... He has a lot of sustainability in terms of...
And not to mention that, if I'm correct, I think this what he gives you, it counts as spells too.
It is, yes. That is
Yeah.
true. So maybe we'd actually want to have Toshli.
True. Well, let's add him.
So let's see. Do we have anything in the end here after? Let's see. No, I don't think we do.
No.
No.
Yeah, those cards are so unreliable. You
They
so
are.
depend on what is on the battlefield or on your opponent.
Yeah, they could be good, but it is very unreliable.
True. This card, if your opponent plays many cards at the same time,
Yeah.
you might never get a chance to play this.
That's true.
Because you won't ever get more than 10 mana in anyway. So
Yeah, it's very true. So in our deck right now, if you look at the curve again, so it's pretty okay. Like
I think so.
We
Yeah.
have most of them at 2, 3, and 4, which is good, and then it kind of ramps up from 5, 6 to 7, and
Yeah.
that gives you a nice thing. Like you have still something for the late game, but you still have a lot of. You can play a 7 and then still throw down a 3 cost
True,
or 2 cost.
true.
So I think that this could be pretty okay.
Oh, definitely.
And I think we have a lot of. There's a term called extension of use. I'm not sure if it's actually called that in terms of game design, but like
Okay.
when you actually create a game, you try to find something that can be used for several things. So for example, like in our case, effigy will work as both being kind of a random secret because they don't know the secrets. So they might play around like, oh, he has a counterspell, or he has a duplicate, or he has an ice block. So it can trick people. But also that effigy will allow us to get extended use out of another card. So, you know, when another card dies, like if the Azure Drake dies,
Yes.
it will respawn as another 5 cost. So,
Yes.
and the same goes for for like the Unstable Portal. Like that's cards that will give us momentum, as it's called. Like we'll be allowed
Yes.
to make a later move earlier in the game because we get something cheap.
True. So basically, this is a game for thinkers.
Yeah, it's a lot about thinking, and yeah, you gotta keep a lot of things, you know, going
back
in
of
your mind.
head, yeah.
Exactly.
That is true. But it is a fun game. And I actually think that the next thing we should do is try to put this deck up its paces. And I'm going to challenge you to a duel.
Ah.
What do you think?
Well, I shall accept your duel.
Yes, I challenge you to give it your best shot. And we'll see what we created here, shall we?
And you'll get to see one of my silly decks. Well, I haven't played in a while, but we'll see.
I'm sure you're still going to beat me in any way. This is the guy that taught me how to play the game. I sincerely doubt I'm going to beat him. So, well, okay, let's try this.
Let's try it out.
Then let's get out of this menu and let's do it.
All right.
Let's
Shall
like
I-
that. Yeah, challenge me to a duel. We're going to use that newly created deck to do it. So,
Here you go.
thank you.
So,
And that's our custom mage deck because we're very creative and that's how we named it.
yes. And let's see. Do you have any preference of what I should use?
No, just give it your best shot.
I will use...
I'm very confident in the deck.
I am also scared of it, so I will use
priest. We are mentally preparing for it. And mentally
Once more.
preparing again.
So, let's see how this works out. And I will try and keep my eyes away from the screen so that I don't see your hand. Should be fair.
Let the game
For anyone
begin.
wondering, I'm playing on my tablet. So.
Which is, by the way, really nice tablet.
Yep, it's
NVIDIA Shield, right?
yes,
Yeah,
it is.
That's a pretty cool thing.
It's been working out for quite a while now.
Yeah, it didn't work out for me, but
Yeah.
I don't really have very good luck with Android devices.
No, that's true.
Okay, well, let's just leave it at this. See, this is that coin that you were talking about, right?
Yes.
Is someone
That
injured?
extra coin, because you make the first move, and so I can get extra mana point.
Exactly.
Oh, we're going to save it for now. It's always good to save it a little bit.
Alright, so what you gonna do?
Called Ghostbusters.
My mouth very,
Oh.
very slow.
That's not what that is, but... oh!
Oh, that's so unlucky!
That's very lucky for me, but unlucky
Yeah.
for you.
Very, very unlucky. I can't believe that we get the same card. Screw this, rage quit.
Oh, that was...
Wow.
that is probably...
That is my
highest-
life, basically, in a nutshell.
That is my highest...
Let's see. Of course, because you're a priest, your power is you can heal people.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to use that extra mana point now.
What are you gonna do? Oh no! Secret.
Yep. We're going to damage your face a bit.
Alright, so this is the interesting part, since I mean, normally I wouldn't know what secrets you have, but, I mean, it could be a effigy, it could be a... No, it could be...
A minion killing thing.
No, what, I can't remember what we put in. Oh, it could be a counter spell. That's true. So, some ways to know when you've played a secret, and since I was meeting you, when I killed your creature, I knew it was not two different kinds of spells. It wasn't a duplicate,
Yeah,
and it wasn't an effigy.
true.
So I know that from just attacking your minion. If I attack your face, nothing happened. That means it's not an ice barrier.
That's true, because we would have gotten 8 more shield.
Exactly, and it's not a...
How many fingers do you see?
it's not a
Anything-
vaporize,
Yes.
for example. So now the only thing that remains is if I use a spell. So if I use a spell, either it will be cancelled or it will be redirected. Most likely it will be cancelled because that's what I remember we have.
True, true.
So
Let's see. We played some taunt because, you know, we need to protect ourselves a little bit.
so there we go.
There is how you trigger the secret.
So now I knew I could do that.
Oh, for really?
So I knew I could use a lower mana spell to kind of clear your counter spell, and
Wow.
then use my actual spell to take care of it.
Okay, then.
Good choice. Unless
Thank
you
you.
draw a card, and it's a good card against my things.
Well, let's hope it is, alright?
Yes. I
Otherwise, we're a little screwed.
think I'm gonna do this.
What what did you do to it? Minion -2 attack. Okay, well, that's really smart. Less damage taken to your guys.
Yes.
So you're just basically going to heal through all your minions.
Yes. So that allowed me to let my minions attack your thing without dying,
Sure.
and then I could heal it up.
You smell like a leopard.
Oh. Interesting. Oh.
That was that random. And by the way, you can hover above the cards here on the side, and you're going to see sort of like your nearest history of what you played. So you've missed what your opponent played. You can actually see it here. So this card lowers the cost of all of your cards in your hand by 1 every single turn, right?
Yeah, so all of mine are 1 cheaper now.
True. It would be a shame if something would happen
No!
to it.
Ah, that's so annoying.
I know.
And then you can just paint it.
I live to annoy to annoy people. Yes.
The ping, actually, like calling it pinging something, is
Yeah.
actually from Magic the Gathering.
Oh.
Because it's a typical card which, if you just tap it, it would do 1 damage to target any player. And that was called a ping.
Okay.
That was it. So that's actually a term from that game.
Okay. So let's do something good, huh?
And a secret.
Yes, and a secret. Now the question is, which secret did I play? Can you detect it? Because you were pretty much spot on the last time.
I'm gonna guess, because let's see. I'm gonna guess that it's an effigy, but I am not sure. So if I do this, yeah, that won't do anything.
Yeah, because he didn't take any damage.
This would be an effigy, which spawns that.
That would be nice if I could use it, but you're going to kill it before I, And here we also see that nice effect of the freeze, isn't it?
How many fingers do you see?
Because your character got frozen.
How many fingers do you see?
Jesus, what are you doing? How many of them did you?
I'm doing this.
What is that? Oh, we're so gonna die.
So there's a lot of things happening right now,
True.
but yeah, I'm getting lucky.
You sort of are.
See? Keep yourself alive.
Yeah.
But that doesn't post up my guys.
Yes,
So you healed yourself.
I know. Wow. This is going particularly well.
That's one way to get away with it. That's not bad. That's a good choice.
Unfortunately, with this we have to attack the taunt minion.
Yes. That's correct.
Is it now that I die?
Close. Probably close. I'm gonna draw some cards.
Wow. Wow. This is such a
I have no time for
well-fitted card.
games.
Which one?
Specific. It had free damage and destroyed minion with free damage or less.
I know. Shadow Word Pain and Shadow Word Death are very good. So the weak point of the priest is any card that has 4 attack. Then you can't do anything with any of your spell cards really, or well, at least like 4 of them you can't do anything. And it's also very just 4 is a very good even damage number.
What did I summon now? Oh,
It's just the same character basically,
yeah. Thankfully, it doesn't have anything special.
because you have Cairn and Bane. I don't remember the last secret. I can't remember what the last secret was.
It's a good thing, but you know,
It's
it
annoying.
doesn't really matter. Look at the amount of damage you have on the board.
Well,
Look at the amount
no.
of damage I can take.
I know what it is. I remember what the card is. So now I know that there's not a vaporize because it didn't happen. It's not a nice barrier. But the reason I'm doing this to attack you down to 1 health is because what it is an ice block. So I want you to be as low as possible in order to
Yeah.
Be easier to kill.
It's basically right now all you can do is just heal and put any minions you can, because there is no point in attacking me anymore.
Exactly.
Because nothing you can do will kill me in that specific round. Wow, that's 11 time. Wow. Well, I can easily say that we did not get very lucky in this turn. You
No.
did.
I got very lucky with my
You see,
draws.
only now I get this, something that I was supposed to get in the beginning.
Exactly. But, I mean, there's a 1 in 30 chance that you actually get something.
Yeah.
Got touched. But yes, it is hard to recover. You would have needed a flame strike would have helped you.
True. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna die now.
That is correct.
Bye. Holy Nova killed me. I'm not going to die until you draw all your cards, won't you?
I gotta. So that went out pretty well.
Yeah, I could say. I mean, you have pretty good deck, so I would suggest that you know that it did went pretty alright. But okay, let's team up and let's go against a random person, right?
Yes.
We're going to take the same deck that we just created, and we're going to go against a random person. That's going to a famous play mode, when you play against other people. And since I'm such a low rank, I can't lose anything.
No.
So anymore, I can't go any lower than this.
So let's
let's use that custom and see if we can actually kill somebody, right?
Yeah, I'm sure that we can. It's
Yeah.
just, I mean,
With your brains and my looks, we can do anything.
exactly. I was just about to say that.
I thought so. Because that is the, you know, my looks. That's the phrase I hear every day.
Exactly. I've only got the heart of the cards. That's all.
No.
That's all I got.
I'm fabulous. So.
But I also build silly decks. I usually don't build any serious decks to win. I just like the gimmicks.
That's nice.
And here we go.
Let the games begin.
Okay, so we were going against a rogue.
So, well, that went well.
Well, so we won. They went like, no, I give up.
You didn't even get a star.
That's true.
I guess that, yeah.
That's okay. Let's queue up again.
Let's try it again.
That was a really good deck.
It was. It's intimidating.
Yes, thank you for helping us create this, because you know it was very intimidating. They didn't even choose their cards; they just gave up.
Yep. But we gained nothing. So unfortunately,
Yeah.
they seem to have fixed that. Before you could just leave right away and you would actually give your opponent the win. But now it seems that you actually don't gain anything if they leave right away.
Okay, so Shaman.
Let's see. Oh, good. We got gadgets on each jouster in the beginning.
So what do we keep? What do we
I
take away?
think we throw away the polymorph, but we could probably keep the water elemental.
So throw away the polymorph.
Yes.
And keep this. And keep this.
And keep that.
Okay. Let's see what we're going to get.
Yeah.
Well, that
It's
sort of
okay.
would be useful later on.
Yeah. I mean, we could probably throw it up if we have no other way of...
Yeah, not anything else to
Yeah.
put, isn't it?
Exactly.
Now we're sort of stuck because,
We're waiting for him.
or her.
Or her, that's true.
So let's see what's going to happen. Come on!
And he finally, or she finally chose. Let's see. Well, might as well open up with our 1 cost.
Yep. Should we purchase? And by the way, you're going to see that he says different things now.
Yay! We got it!
Yes, we
That's
did.
great! Look at that.
Noise.
That's how it's supposed to work.
Yes.
Now we can greet him, because he greeted us.
Oh, didn't we greet him?
I don't know, did you?
I don't know. Well, let's just
Let's
greet him.
Ah,
Hello there.
Let's see. Oh, come on.
Really?
Yeah,
I
that's gonna make
hate
it a 1.
silence.
Oh, look
What
at
is-
that!
Why?
What is...
What's happening? Wait, oh, we got a star?
Well, that's good.
Okay, let's do it again. Jesus.
What?
I don't know. We must be so intimidating.
I'm confused. Alright, well, here we
Welcome
go.
to my everyday.
Yeah, here we go. Here's another one.
Yeah, let's hope third time the charm. This is what
Yeah.
they say.
Third time's the charm.
Okay, against Paladin. Paladin's a little bit difficult to play against.
I will.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes.
Let the games
Let's see.
begin.
So, I actually think we can throw away everything.
Everything, even Boom?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, we'll get boom later, but in the beginning, it's not worth it. We want something lower, and we don't get anything. Well,
met.
Well met. Okay. Color.
well, we can't
We
do
can't.
anything.
Yeah, literally.
So, another thing about the actual like end turn button.
Yeah.
It will be yellow if you still have options.
Ah. Okay.
If it's green, that means you can do absolutely nothing.
Okay.
But if it's yellow, you can use the coin, you can use hero power, you can use a free cost card.
That is the lowest cost legendary I have ever seen in my life.
Yes, and it changes out your yeah, exactly. So you get a new hero power.
Okay.
So we haven't even gone through hero powers.
Him or him?
It surprised me. I don't think it matters that much.
At least not at this stage.
But so hero powers are a special little 2-cost thing that you can do every turn once, unless you have a card that says you can do it more.
True.
That does some special thing depending on which class you have.
Sure.
Oh, it's a Murloc Paladin.
Yeah.
This is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, they should probably put headphones to hear something, isn't it?
That's true. You don't have that on.
No. I will leave one of the things off. Okay, so what do we do?
I
We
think
can
that
actually
we-
afford both of those.
Yeah, I do think we should still shoot the Puddle Stomper and play the Gadget Sun Jouster.
This
That's the Puddle Stomper.
So first shoot.
Interesting.
Yes, shoot it and then do the Gadget Sun Jouster.
Will we be lucky?
Let's see if we... I think so, because the Murlocs usually don't have very high cost. But we got our lowest cost card.
Literally, like the only card that has low cost.
Jeez.
Wow.
What are the odds?
Well, let's hope he gives up.
Well, if... Yeah, this is going to be interesting. So this guy's going to do Murlocs.
You say?
Yeah.
What the hell? Where did he get so many Murlocs from?
Oh, there's that many in the game. But... Well, we're definitely going to shoot the Puddle Stomper, I feel.
This one.
Or are we? Yeah.
Yeah, we should,
We should.
because it's the biggest damage on the board too.
And nothing's gonna...
And we can't do anything more
Nope.
anymore, so.
We cannot. It's... There, we could have played, you know, a Water Elemental or the Heckler. Oh, no. But it would only have... it would only have made him... Like, it would only have killed him.
Yeah.
The Water Elemental or the Heckler, no matter what we did.
Sure.
So, it would be worth it more to kind of remove.
Oh, this is the first time I see a paladin playing only Murlocs.
Yeah, it's very common now. So here I would actually recommend that we play the Water Elemental and then actually the Gadget Sun Jouster to get one more body on the board.
Do you think we're going to get that one again?
I don't know. We actually have a few more high cost cards, so we'll see. Oh, we won!
And by a hair.
We got the
I told
same
you.
one.
I told you we're going to get the mana worm again.
Wow, wow.
Okay, and turn.
But I can't believe we actually won over 0 cost cards. So
Yeah.
that's good. That's good.
Mm. By the way, if you're ever bored waiting for another person, you can grab one of those and shoot the bird.
So this is bad.
Jesus, how many Murlocs does this guy have?
Well, that was bad of him, because he
Hmm.
should have played... You can probably say mistakes were made.
Yeah. Wow. I don't have high hopes for this game.
I still have. Interesting. That's fine.
Yeah, he does have little cards, so.
So let's see. Wonder what we should do. Well, we probably should play the Heckler.
So we have some sort of protection.
Yes. And then we should probably kill with the Fireball, Fire Blast, one of the 2/1 Murlocs.
This one, for example.
Yeah, for example.
Should we use this to kill this guy so he doesn't breed?
That
Yes.
was a mistake.
I think that's what we should do. Yes. I mean, he's gonna summon more Murlocs.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there's more.
I am sorry.
There they come.
How can you have so many Murlocs?
I don't know. We need a flame strike.
Yes, we
We
do.
really need that flame strike right now.
That would be really good because we could clear him entirely.
Yes. Almost. We still need one more.
Unless he cleared himself a little bit against that taunt of ours.
Yes, but there is a card that lets him revive like 7 Murlocs that died this game.
Wow.
What's he gonna do?
Ready for action.
Well, at least it's not the Murloc.
Yeah, at least. Alright, so...
Should we polymorph this guy? Because he has... Otherwise, he has a kill on the board immediately.
I think we might, yes.
So let's do this.
Well, you can attack with your water elemental and kill the footman.
Yep.
Let's see, how many damage does he have? He has 1 to 6 damage.
Hmm.
So you're almost dead. So I'd say either counterspell or ice block.
Yeah, let's do Ice Block.
Yeah.
At least we're going to drag this out for one more turn for him.
Yeah, because I think there is another card, but I don't remember who has it. That's called Every Fin is Awesome.
Every fin, really?
Yeah, it's called
Every fin is awesome.
Every Fin is Awesome.
Wow.
It buffs all Murlocs on the board. Oh, well, thank you. We get to draw some cards. Oh, good. That's actually...
I am sorry.
Yeah. Okay, that's more damage.
You shall not.
Why is this a thing?
No idea, because Gandalf. Well, we're not dead.
We're not dead yet.
We still didn't get this flame strike.
We do need to... well, okay. We do need to probably do the taunt. Yeah,
This one?
I think so.
Let's hope we're going to get the taunt and the divine shield.
Yeah, I hope so.
I am undefeated.
Yeah. All right, so then we gotta shoot the oracle.
The oracle.
The oracle is the one on the almost furthest right.
This one?
No, almost furthest. No, sorry, not that one. The one on the right of that one.
This one. The seer.
No, to the right.
This one?
That's the left.
This one?
That one. The oracle.
Ah.
Kill that one, and it has less damage on
Job done.
Smart.
it. Yes.
Well played.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate that. See, that was as accurate as I could ever
Yeah.
do that.
I haven't heard much of Medivh's things. Well, I don't
Medivh's
know
cool.
if we're gonna win this.
Probably not going to. We might not die this turn yet, but unless we get a flame strike.
What is he gonna do?
Okay.
Well, he popped it. Yeah, we have no way of getting back up.
No. It's well played.
Oh.
Wow.
Ah, we could have survived if we just did like... if we got a flame strike.
I know.
Well,
Should we use this to nuke this guy? It's not going to matter at all.
no, we'd rather just use the fireball to kill ourselves. Don't let him have this satisfaction.
True.
Ah, that didn't go out so well.
Yeah, no. Okay, so I reckon time to do something cool to end this, huh?
Yeah.
I challenge you with my good mage deck to a duel with the best deck you can possibly muster, okay?
Well...
And the reason for this is because I want to show you how good a mage deck can be, because this was very basic, but we want to show you that mage can be fun too.
Yes.
And that I can annoy the living crap out of him.
But the important thing to know when you're building a deck is if you make a deck first, that you give it a few test runs. Oh, I don't know why we didn't win.
I have no idea.
Alright, but it's...
I don't understand anything that is happening right now.
I don't understand either. But the important thing is to actually try it a few times before you do changes. So
Yes.
you have to check for a while and see, oh, maybe I have a few too many spells. Maybe I have a few too many low creatures. Maybe I can cut out the Gathers and Jousters and put in something that's maybe more 3-cost
That
or
is
4-cost.
correct. That is correct. Yes.
So give it a few tries, maybe like, a few games to see if, okay, this is a consistent error, and then change it after that.
Well,
Otherwise, it's just to keep trying, keep experimenting.
okay. Challenge me.
Alright, I'm gonna challenge you. Let's see. And
Is it coming?
you need to go out of that, I think.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Alright, there we go. Alright.
Take whichever deck you want. I don't mind. I'm going to take my mage deck, which is, by the way, aptly called Magical Epicness.
And I'm actually gonna... My best deck is also a deck called A Magician Never Reveals.
It's secret.
Yes,
Really?
'cause-
It's going to be it's going to be one of those decks, isn't it?
Yeah,
You're going to annoy the living crap out of me now.
we're gonna see. So we'll see how you can fare against finding out which secret
Yes.
is up.
True.
Let's see here.
Oh, try not to look at the screen.
I am trying not to. I'm keeping my view down.
Also, so
games
we're doing
begin.
mage versus mage.
Unfortunately, yes.
That's fine. It's going to make it very interesting. Let's see what is going to happen here. My turn.
Job's
Let's be
done.
courteous.
Hello.
He also says like this.
My sincerest apologies.
I'm sorry.
And he goes, oops.
That was folly.
Whoops.
She's a little bit more casual than him.
She's super casual.
Fretten is.
Nothing can stop me. Nothing.
My magic will tear you apart.
I do like his conceit voice.
Yes.
Can you show me?
So
No.
we played the unstable portal.
Nice.
And what did we get?
Interesting.
Oh, really? By one. But it's a nice animation.
Yeah, so it's actually interesting that if you use a golden card of the unstable portal, you will get a golden.
A golden card, yes. I noticed that as well.
Well,
Not again.
flame on.
Yeah, so I noticed.
No.
We have many secrets.
Job done.
Oh, that is a rogue line,
It
isn't it?
is, yes. Let's see here.
We have many secrets.
Alright, so it's not an effigy, it's not a duplicate, it's not a mirror entity, because that would have copied my Kieran Mage. What else? It is not a... Oh, it could be a bit Well, let's...
Might not be what you think.
Flame on! That's good enough. Could be a... Oh no, it is actually a vaporize. I didn't think it was a vaporize. Oh,
Sorry.
jeez. That is unusual because vaporize is usually not used very often anymore. At least not, you know, it's rare enough that people don't expect it, which you can make use of.
True, true.
Don't forget to put the screw in on the top right.
It's screwing on the top.
Yeah, like the screw that lies above the end turn button.
Ah.
You have to click that and put it in. No! Don't polymorph my things. Dang it.
I had to polymorph it.
You still haven't...
I did.
No, you haven't ended your turn.
Oh! I didn't end my turn.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
By the way, if you ever forget it like I did, the timer is eventually going to run out and it's just going to, you know.
This is not very good. Oh, what?
Did you just get 2 sheeps?
Yeah. That's the counter to...
Wow. That was mean. At least they don't cost you anything.
That's very true, but it's still it stings. So right now I have a pretty okay board.
Yeah, I think so.
Health-wise, we're still above the 20s, so it's okay. You have that card, I don't. But unfortunately, I actually get a copy.
You just won't get your boombot.
That's true, I don't get the boom bots, which is really sad.
But at least you get 7/7 card.
That's very, very true. No, don't hit them. Really.
Wow.
Oh no!
Really? You just got 2 copies of that?
But I
Wow.
was hoping to get 2 copies of Dr. Boom, so I could play my own Doom bots. Or Boom bots.
Your own boombots. Now let's see what you're going to do about this. He's unintelligible.
Which one?
This guy, you know, the sludge villager. I never understand what he's actually saying.
I am gonna see what he says next. No.
In the grand tournament, you win or
Well, at least this one is not frozen,
That's very true.
so you can do some damage.
It's true. It's true.
So you see, this can be interesting. I can actually put up a little bit of a fight.
Oh yeah, you can put plenty of a fight.
No,
That's the only way I'm gonna get rid of that.
because this card can come back again and again and again if you're lucky.
And what are you gonna do now?
Kill it
No!
with fire.
I forgot to do this. I wouldn't have made any difference. Another secret. Another secret.
Yep.
Ooh.
Let's get you down a little.
Let's see.
Now the question is, what secret do I have there?
Let's see, you probably have an effigy and maybe a counterspell? I'm guessing it's a counterspell, but I'm gonna do this first. I get that thing.
Huh. Too bad there is no battle cry when it drops like that.
It's true.
Really?
That's,
Of course, it's the Acolyte of Pain.
exactly. Oh, Ice Barrier! I forgot, you could have that too.
And the Ice Barrier is going to be gone in a sec.
Boom! There it is. But still, that saved you for one turn.
True. True.
Interesting.
Kill this guy.
What?
Oh, it didn't exactly help me a lot.
No, but...
Let's see. Are you trying to kill this guy?
We have a nice
Rogue War.
Now this, what I put up right now, is my favorite combo. It's Trogzor and the Secret.
Yes.
Then if you try something fun, it's not gonna work.
No. No.
That's where I loved him.
No. That sucks.
But you probably have a nice block up.
Do you think he's going to help me for long?
No. There we go.
It is a nice block.
Who would have known?
Yeah, surprise, eh? And you get this card cheaper too. Wow. Any secret?
Now, what's gonna happen?
Yes. You didn't expect that, did
I
you?
wanted you to concede.
Oh. Okay, let's play it again so I can concede to you.
Oh, that's fine. No, it's fine. I know what he
Okay.
says, but I just like it when he says like checkmate.
No worries.
I concede.
No worries. Well, anyway, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was fun. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you for watching. And I think we reached the end of that episode.
Yep.
So now you know what Hearthstone is, how to make your Mage deck, you know, what are the tones and the secrets and, you know, all of this stuff, right? So get on this. The game is free.
Yep.
No excuse. And, you know, we'll see you next time when we'll be most likely taking on a Paladin.
Yeah, we'll try that.
So we'll try that. This is going to be cool, and hopefully, you know, we'll win this time.
Yeah,
And,
I think that is going to be better.
Yeah, maybe even more people are going to give up on us.
Yeah, hopefully.
So yeah, thank you for joining us, and don't forget to hit that like button and leave the comments and all of that good stuff. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm also going to put the link like right here to Martin's channel, so that you can go on and check his videos and, you know, subscribe to his channel too. And yeah, until the next time.
Yeah, until
Take
next
care.
time. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.